ইনস্টাগ্রামে আমাকে এটা ওয়েট জাস্ট গিভ মি সাম টাইম আমাকে একবার জাস্ট ইনস্টাগ্রাম লেট মি চেক ইনস্টাগ্রাম ফর শেয়ারিং দ্য ভিডিও yes live it's live okay uh, your channel uh, okay we are live and just let me mm, open in app X, just give me a second. I will share on Instagram story so that people can join. Copy. Okay. Mm. Okay. I have uploaded the story. And okay, so let me first of all introduce my friend, and his name is Arnav, and he is basically my co-creator of our page because when we started this page in back in January, we were actually working together on this page, and he was the one who actually introduced me to multiple new mangas and animes like especially I will mention one that is Vagabond. He was the first one who told me about Miyamoto Musashi and Vagabond, and he also introduced me to Stoicism, Stoic philosophy, and basically he recommended me a lot of books because he is a geek and he always reads a lot of books, and he is currently pursuing his law degree. So he is a bit busy, so I mostly do all the stuffs on our page. Once he gets a little bit like free from his studies, he will be also engaging in our page, like interacting with you all, trying to give philosophical lessons because he got a better grasp on many philosophical themes than me. I personally, I am currently studying more on Stoicism, but he has already studied a lot. He has a lot of knowledge, and he will be sharing on this podcast as well. But mostly in this podcast I will not be engaging like what I do mostly in my other videos. It is more about him, what is his point of view, because he being my friend, he has we talk a lot about anime manga, and we commonly share the most of the time we have similar taste. We have a similar taste of anime manga, philosophy, overview about life, what we think about life, what we think about society, people, like modern people, modern masculinity, how toxic feminism is covering society, all these things, and that's why we are doing this podcast today, and hope you guys will enjoy. And one thing I would be clearing you all that this is our first podcast, so please if we do any kind of mistakes from our end, just pardon us and just comment down what kind of changes we can do on our podcast setup. And that's it. We'll be starting the podcast. Let me check the yeah. Okay. So Arnab, you can introduce yourself. I have done my work, and now you do yours.
Well, thank you for your introduction, Suzu. The pleasure is all mine. Well, my name is Arnab Sarkar. Currently, I'm pursuing law. I'm in my fourth year. And the main context of philosophy,
Yeah.
the purpose that united us in making this podcast. Well, our friendship began because of anime, and our friendship was standing because of anime. But anime in itself is not that much of interesting. Otherwise, we don't see philosophy,
Yeah.
psychology.
the lessons we get from animes.
and the subtle meaning that it has. Anime itself has the significance of impacting our own lives to make us a better person and to teach us many things. So, and me being a kid, just like any other person, there is no difference, there is no specialty in me being than others. It's just a kid who loved anime and it's teaching and it's learning.
So I might love to ask you when you started watching anime first time. Like I first time watched anime when it was Dragon Ball, and I never knew Dragon Ball was was an anime back that time. I used to consider it as a cartoon. And my first anime so that I knew about it is an anime was Death Note back in 2012, and then I told you that my second anime was Kindaichi, Detective Stories of Kindaichi. Man, it is so underrated. People don't talk about Kindaichi a lot, you know, and and you can share your story, how you started, you got into this lore, and your interest on anime.
Uh, my my meeting up with the anime was a bit of a fictional nonetheless. It was just roaming around one day, coming out of school, going back to home, and my classmates were everyone faces it bullying. My classmates were bullying me for the cartoon, and I saw one poster and one of my bullies just actually it's a twist of fate. My bully introduces me to anime. And
Okay,
first
so you been bullied in your school lives, and
time,
that introduced you to this.
not not the bully we see, but the stage one, the subtle part
Okay,
of
okay. The stage
bullying
one
the
bullies,
kid.
like
Uh,
poking and toxic vibes, what we
uh,
get from people. Okay,
just doesn't want to make you feel good and take yourself, will make you irritated and upset. That
okay.
stage of bullying. So he just introduced me to one of the posters. The poster was Manga Usmaki. And me being the kid, went home, Googled it, searched it, YouTube, whatever it is. And that just introduced me to the world of anime and manga. Manga came later on in life, but that's how I got introduced to the world of anime. And there was my first anime was Naruto, as we all love it.
Naruto. Okay.
Naruto, we all love it.
Hmm.
Naruto being the philosophy of it, never giving up attitude, chasing a dream,
Yeah, we all know
being
that.
being the orphan kid, has only one hope of his future. And everyone in the village hates him, bullies him, doesn't want him to be alive.
Like how he was into the his fate served him too much rough. Like
Exactly,
people treated him like a, orphan kid. How he was, and nobody was there.
he was orphan kid on the first place. So Naruto never understood the love of parents, what
Yeah,
it feels to be loved, what it feels to be cared about.
yeah.
Mothers nitpicking, mothers, you know, all the things that mothers do. Naruto never understood, never felt the emotion. It was something which is very sad for a little kid. And on top of that, he used to saw all his classmates, all his academy friends being loved and cared by their parents. So Naruto had no
Getting
hope.
more attention, getting the parently vibes. Yeah.
On top of that, being on top of that, an orphan. Naruto also being hated by the whole village, treated
Yes.
like a dog, a
Yeah.
scumbag that just wanted to, chase away, go away, like an evil spirit. So
Yeah.
Naruto had no hope, nothing to go on.
Yeah.
And but how the story narrates, how Masashi Kishimoto narrates the story, the introduction of Rinpo Sensei and the meeting up, and the idea of being the Hokage, who is the
Yeah.
Hokage,
His
introduced.
goal to become a Hokage.
It gave him a sense of hope, hope for the future.
Hmm.
Naruto's hope became his dream. Naruto's dream became his hope. That's how he got introduced as the main character.
Okay, let me just read the chats. Some people have come, like Rudra, yo, bro, what's up? Good, bro. We are doing great. Curtis, assemble. आवाज धीरे है Tetsuya. आवाज, I guess the sound is right. Sound is good, na? Sound is clear, I guess. हाँ. Dead. Okay, hi, Berna Kenshin. Okay, hi, bro. Mighty Chinggis Khan. Okay, more power to you भाई. बुलिंग की बाद भी आप सरवाइव करे and suicide nahi. No, that was not up to suicide level. It was stage one, he said. And I believe that suicide is the most extreme point of view, and not only bullying serves that, many other things are also associated with all those things. So that is a separate thing.
The thing is, if a boy is born and brought up in India and he studies in school, he will be one day without any bullying. He will be bullied.
X second. Bullying serves that. Okay, I guess your voice is a bit low. So can you come a bit close to the laptop? That will be great. Yeah. Now it will be great. I hope that.
Are you, am I audible?
Okay. Now it's clear.
Uh, bully being suicide bully. The truth is, in India, if every kid will be bullied, it's a normal thing in India. So we Indians don't see bullying as something to be worried about. It's just how the social norms in here is structured.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I also know that. Okay, someone said that Naruto is better than One Piece. You being a One Piece fan, I know I never watch One Piece a lot, like not a regular watcher or reader of One Piece anime or manga. You are a fan of Oda's work. So, what is your overview towards the modern shonen fans and toxicity around shonen and the lore of One Piece, how deep it is? Like, can you briefly elaborate it? It will be a great
Sure,
thing.
why not? You see Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, the big three shonen, the golden trio. Uh, you see Naruto and One Piece, these two have similarities and dissimilarities in it. The
Hmm.
main similarity between them are both of them are shonen, both of them have teammates,
Yeah.
love, power, and white colored morality. But you cannot compare Naruto with One Piece, and you cannot just say that Naruto is better than One Piece. This has no reason in it. Naruto is set up in a different world.
Hmm.
Naruto's storyline is different than One Piece. Naruto being the main character has different aspirations compared to Luffy, the main
I
character.
believe that Naruto as a character is more serious. That is why people relate to him. Luffy being more of a goofy character, fun-loving character, people cannot relate or compare with him with other protagonists. I believe that. But when we are watching One Piece, we have to build that point of view or mindset that this is not about transformation or a story of a main character. It is about the journey or the adventure. I believe that because
Uh,
huh,
I have a question for you. Why do we be serious? To be happy later in future.
yeah, of
Right?
course,
If we become serious in the present moment, we are establishing a happier future for ourselves. This is the belief we have in ourselves. So Naruto gives this serious attitude and Luffy gives this goofy attitude. So people, I wouldn't say don't get it, but misunderstanding.
yeah,
If a teenager, you see, India has a lot of middle class and poor kids.
yeah.
They have to struggle a lot. Everyone is not privileged. There is also politics and other aspects.
Yeah.
So a boy has to be serious from his early age of responsibility. And
Just
Naruto,
give me a second. People are saying that you are not audible. I can fix it. Just give me a second. I will be holding my mic on my speaker so that people can listen to you. You can continue. Okay, no issue.
it's good.
Yeah. You can continue. Yeah, now you will be audible. Start it.
Where was I? Naruto, the series.
Naruto and seriousness.
Series. You see, kids, boys don't get respect from an early age.
Yeah.
Respect is something we have to earn.
Yeah.
Happiness is something we earn. And we boys have to be responsible our whole life. We have to take care of our parents, our families, our life, everything. Huge responsibilities.
Yes.
And so we need an attitude of seriousness, focus, serious attitude. And Naruto provides that attitude. Luffy does not provide that.
Yeah.
But one thing we miss is the bigger picture. Everything we are doing for to be happy, to feel joy,
Yeah.
to find peace in life. And
Okay.
Luffy is the personification which gives that. That in future, if you procrastinate everything, you will not get anything. So why procrastinate happiness? Happiness is not something at the destination. You can get happiness in this moment, in this instant. So why not be happy? Luffy teaches you that point of view. Naruto also teaches you that Naruto is more on the serious side than Luffy.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, Luffy is much more complex character. And don't get me wrong, I am not a Luffy fan more than Naruto. Naruto is more precious
Naruto
to me.
is more precious to you, I know. What is your opinion on like modern shonen? Why modern shonen cannot compete with the big three of shonen? Like we all know that Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach still carrying the shonen because no shonen show is like I'm not talking about Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is a separate thing. Dragon Ball is the epitome of shonen. I will be saying like it is father of all shonens, and we will talk about Dragon Ball in later on in other podcasts because Dragon Ball is such a huge anime manga. We cannot talk it in a single podcast. Like we have to have a separate podcast on Dragon Ball. But when we are talking about One Piece, what is your opinion on Bleach? Like Bleach, we all know you are a Bleach fan also. Like you are prior to me. Like I started watching Bleach in 2018. You are prior to me. You started Bleach like 2013 or 12, I guess.
2014.
Yeah, 2014 when Aizen versus Ichigo came.
Mm.
Yeah. So, what is your opinion on Bleach? Why Bleach is the most underrated in the big three?
Bleach gets underrated because Ichigo Kurosaki does not have that so much hype moments. No, not hype moment, that power of three. Ichigo is not a motivating shonen character. That's why Ichigo sometimes get
Not only Ichigo, the whole Bleach. I believe that Bleach 75% is not shonen like. It's more like seinen. If you consider it with like similar shonen shows like seinen shows like Berserk also. Berserk's fantasy element is so similar to Bleach's fantasy element. Both.
yes, you are right. Bleach is more on the shonen. Sorry, there's more on the seinen side than on the shonen side,
Yeah.
and that is justified because Bleach has this story narrative that about death. Death is the ultimate truth about life.
Yeah.
If a series explains you and shows you, portrays you about death after death, it just automatically gets on the adult, on the mature side of life. And Ichigo, as a character created by Tite is such a complex and interesting character.
Yeah.
It is a human being who has the power of a soul reaper who carries the dead, and it's also the fighter of ghosts, after the human beings who have not been peace with their death, who have some negative emotions connected with their death. Yes, so you can say that Bleach is more on the seinen side.
Yeah. And so we have talked a lot about shonen. Let's uh, like what were our points on this podcast? Let's be more specific on the topics. Let's say what is your favorite top three shonen? Like we would love to know your top five, top three, top five shonen shows. What is your comfort zone? Like top five or top three? You can say.
Let's say top five.
Okay, top
So
five shonen shows.
top five. So number one has to be Naruto.
Okay,
The second is One Piece.
okay.
The third is a bit controversial, but I would say Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Ah man.
Uh, it has a special part in me. And the fourth is a new manga, which is also has an anime adaptation. That is Aoaoshi, a football anime. It is
Blue
much
Lock.
more. I will get in some controversy because I could say why are not insect Blue Lock, why are not insect League, IQ. But Aoaoshi it has a special place in my heart. The story, typical story of a kid reaching his dream. Number five. Number five has to be Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, Hunter x Hunter.
For adventures, just for that fun and adventures.
Yeah. Full Metal Alchemist is underrated shonen. I believe that modern people and even in India, or otaku community is mostly around Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, all those. And actually, you have similar point of views around Attack on Titan like me. Let's talk about AOT in a separate podcast because we have a lot of doubts on AOT's ending. You and me both.
Okay, this is going to be
And
controversial.
this is going to be a lot of controversial, but we'll be putting the controversy in a separate podcast, not in this one. My top five anime, shonen anime will be number one. According to influence, I will be saying Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because of Edward Elric totally, and he is at another level, because the ending is so soothing of Brotherhood. It is like one of the finest anime endings I have ever watched. And then comes to Bleach, second. uh, then third will be Naruto, fourth will be Rurouni Kenshin, because I have watched Rurouni Kenshin very like recently. And fifth will be Haiku, most probably, or Akamega Kill, any of these. And we all know that Akamega Kill is underrated as well. People don't talk about Akamega Kill a lot. You have watched Akameka Kill. Its that character is so deep, and she is a good manipulator, in my opinion. In Sonen, people don't talk about a lot about is that when it is compared to Seinen manipulators and the villains.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. And Hunter x Hunter is not in my top 5 because I have not completed Hunter x Hunter totally, so I have no idea about what happens after 120 chapters in the manga. And anime I have not watched of Hunter x Hunter, so I have very little experience with Hunter x Hunter. And people are so much hyped because you love Bleach. People are saying they also love Bleach, FMAB, and that's good. People are considering FMAB and Bleach both as top shonen shows. So let's talk about a bit on. Let's move on to our next topic. Uh, let's see what was our next topic. Yeah. What is your opinion on your favorite seinen manga? Your one of the favorite seinen mangas, Vagabond. I know that your favorite one is Vagabond. So, what is your opinion on Vagabond?
You see, let me say it this way. Me having an opinion on Vagabond means nothing to the vast and the complex story of Vagabond. Uh, Let me just tell you about Vagabond a little bit. Vagabond is a story of a young kid named Takesu who wanted to be the strongest sportsman in the Edo period of Japan. If I'm wrong, let me
No, 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 no.
just
It's
correct me.
fine. You are saying right.
He, as a kid, Takesu wanted to be the strongest sportsman in the whole Japan.
Yeah.
But as the story narrates, he doesn't want to be the strongest sportsman in the whole of Japan because he cannot be the strongest. Strongest is just a word, and he's chasing just a simple word. So I won't get deep into it because if I go into it, I won't stop, and it will take the whole interview
Yeah.
or the whole podcast. Vagabond is a heavily philosophical story. It teaches you about, as we all know, let's just skip all this. Let me just say this one sentence. In modern times, men are facing loneliness, men are
Just
facing
you
depression.
can say I am just coming. You can keep saying.
In modern times, men are facing loneliness like never before in history of mankind. And the depression, the
Yeah.
suicide rates are on the high. Miyamoto Musashi, the main character of Vagabond, teaches you how the way of life of a lonely man, way of life of a man in search of his meaning and history. And it's a very, very philosophical story. That's all I can say. If I say more, it will be a spoiler.
Yeah, it will be more like a spoiler, and we don't like to spoil your experience of Vagabond because I
There's
hope.
there's lot of fun in
Yeah.
being history.
Yeah, I believe that some things must be underrated, like Vagabond. If more mainstream creators and more mainstream people talk about Vagabond, I believe that it will be overrated as well. People will dig into some serious things that were not projected in the manga. Like when content creators often milk a thing lot, na, that thing will be so much toxic and so much out of the context. Like take example of Marvel. What happened to Marvel? Marvel got so much overrated that now contents are saturated, overly saturated. Same will be happening to superhero content, everything. And some content should be untouched, I believe that. Like whenever I open Instagram, one thing you can also see that any seinen creators, I believe that 85 to 90% seinen creators have not ever read Vagabond, Vinland or Berserk, any one of that. They just take Miyamoto Musashi's speak from Pinterest, then randomly stick any kind of any bullshit motivational quote from Google, and then Arudian dance in the background, and yeah, your content is ready. 1 million likes, 100k likes, people are giving you so much, saying things about you positively. Yeah, I have become a motivational speaker, but no, this is not the case. You have to first understand the manga, then you can make content on that, right? When I make a content and you as well, when we talk, I clearly say that this is not my genre. I don't know about this. I will not say anything about this. Simple. Like I never post on One Piece because of that. I never say anything controversial, philosophical on my page because of that. What I know, what is my comfort zone, I only talk about that. And if I ever have to go out of my comfort zone, I will first research, na. Then I will make content. Why I should make fun of myself, right? And this is the worst part of content creation in Instagram or YouTube, anywhere. If you see mainstream people are milking Demon Slayer JJK like a hell. Whenever anything comes on Attack on Titan, JJK, Demon Slayer, people are milking it. But why they?
It's like selling the most sellable product.
Yeah, actually. And now it is becoming same case of One Piece as well.
Will you open a organic healthy restaurant, or will you open a McDonald's chain, which has more chances of getting you more sales?
Yeah, the second one obviously.
The reason it's also fair on why Vagabond is not getting an anime adaptation, because you can say that anime globally, not locally, which is Japan. Globally, anime watchers, anime audience, the age group of viewers is typically a majority. It is comprised of teenagers,
Yeah,
even
teenagers.
high schoolers.
Oh, within 12 to 18, 19.
We can't just say the number, but we can say the data shows that the more majority of viewers and the audience anime has is high schoolers. So let's say I have a high schooler and I have a midlife adult, okay, in his 30s. I gave the book of adventures of Tintin to the midlife adult, and I gave the book of The Stranger by Albert Camus, one of the existential literature, to the high schooler. Both of them will not read either of the books. One cannot grasp the concept of Albert Camus, the high schooler, and others, the adult one, will just throw it away out of boredom because it's too easy for it.
Yeah.
So you can say Vagabond is an academic award manga. It has won several awards, and the creator Takehiko Inoue never wanted to make anime an adaptation.
Your favorite mangaka.
My favorite manga. Just for the pure reason of it won't be a success at all because the viewers, which is high schoolers,
Yeah.
won't get the story. They will be bored of their life.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your opinion on? Okay, we talked about Miyamoto Musashi's lessons and all those things you talked. Um, let's talk about a bit on Vinland Saga right now because we both love Vinland Saga, and when we were watching the anime, we were about to burst into tears because the story of Thorfinn is so relatable. I believe that, like, Gert's story is relatable when you are too much sufferer in your life. Miyamoto Musashi's story is relatable at your adulthood, but when you are transforming, the most relatable one is Thorfinn. when you are into a transformation of your life, when you are like transforming into something which you have not been in your life. So
The
what is
transition from boy to
transition?
man.
Yeah, the transition from a boy,
Yeah.
vengeance, vengeance, full of hatred boy, and to a more mature, calm, composed man. And what is your opinion on Vinland Saga as a whole? Like, then I will talk about Thorfinn specifically.
My opinion on Villain Saga as a whole, or let me just say it in a two way. I have two opinions about the Villain Saga. One is about the whole story, and the another is about Thorfinn
Yeah,
Karlsef, the
yeah,
main character. So let me just start with the first one. The story is about the Norse culture, the northern part of the Europe. We also have an adaptation, a live adaptation, not from the manga, but from the Netflix series.
yeah, Vikings.
Sorry, the HBO series. Netflix doesn't, so Vikings. HBO promotes. So, two Vikings shows the story of the Vikings and the northern culture, the Norse, and Vinland Saga also shows. But Vinland Saga touches more with it because of the main character. It portrays about Thorfinn concept in the story. Thorfinn, let me just ask you something, Subrojit. What is responsibility?
Responsibility is something which I personally think that, look, when you are under the shadows of your father, na, you can never be responsible. And the same goes for Thorfinn, I guess. Responsibility of changing the world or changing people around you hit Thorfinn when his father died. After his father died, actually, he for some time he became deviated, and it happens when your idol dies or something. You become irresponsible. You become more like surrounded by external things. But responsibility for me, I believe that controlling yourself from external affairs and dealing with the real things which matter in your life, like your parents' responsibility, your wife's responsibility, your children who you love. Like, it's more like providing something to your loved ones who matter to you, whose joy, whose smiles matter to you. And second is your own responsibility, your responsibility for yourself. The second one, the most important one, I believe that as a responsible person, like, I am a man, I have grown enough. I am currently 24, you are 23. We have got our separate responsibilities for ourselves. Like, when we stand in front of the mirror, we have to answer ourselves that what we have done in our life till date, is it was like, it was justified. Is it like justified to what we are, what our purpose is? Responsibility is more like justification to your purpose, what you started as and where you ended as.
Hmm. I, I agree with you.
Yeah,
Responsibility starts when your father dies.
yeah,
There is a saying, by one of the survivors of the Holocaust, of the Auschwitz concentration camp. His name is Viktor Frank, the writer of Man's Search for Meaning. He says responsibility is the ability to respond. The word itself, responsibility.
yeah,
Uh, so the ability to responsible. Thorfinn shows responsibility in not just one aspect of his life, but every aspect. It changes his whole profession from a warrior to a merchant. It changes the purpose and the intention and the goals of his profession, not to just make money or to just live. It changes his whole self from inside. He became a person who self controls himself more than anyone. Thorfinn has the ability to kill any person at any moment. He is a killing machine. But he chooses not to kill the person but to defeat the person in order to protect his own life.
self
Because
control.
uh, in order to protect his own body, because if his body dies, he won't be able to fulfill his purpose. So he
What he
needs to.
said to Hild as well when
Uh,
he confronted Hild.
in philosophy, it says our bodies are not our life, our spirits are our life. But if our body dies, we cannot live in this world because this is a physical world.
Yeah,
This is not a spiritual world. And if we have a goal which is get to be reached, we need to keep our physical body alive in this physical way. And Thorfinn portrays that. Thorfinn is responsible person in many ways. As we all know, young kids, men, has to be responsible. The biggest masculine trait of a man is to be a responsible person.
Yeah,
But responsibility doesn't mean to earn money, to be financially free, and to provide for the family. Yes, it is part of becoming
responsibility.
responsible, but it is not the whole
It is the
responsibility.
secondary form of responsibility.
Let me just ask you something. What if you are what if you studied your whole life, got a good job, a really high-paying job, you are earning comfortably well, you live comfortably well, you provide the best of the things to your family, and yet you don't feel emotionally attached to your family. Your whole life you have been taught, you have been conditioned to provide, because you need to be a responsible person, and that just shut it down your emotion and you don't feel anything anymore. You just react in a way, you have this instinct. It just automatically created an instinct where you need to get the job, you need to work hard in your profession, in your career, and the money will get. You have to provide, and which you are doing well, but you don't feel anything. You are not emotionally connected to your family, and that just automatically throughout some years later goes on. You will feel unhappy about life.
It is
So
more like an not like your urge for the responsibility, more like borrowed responsibility. Like it is inherited from someone else. Someone just keep the responsibilities on your shoulder that you have to. You are a man. You have to do it. No, I
exactly,
am a man. I will realize what are my responsibilities. Like I
exactly.
will point them out that this is my responsibility. Your responsibility can be something else. Like you have to find that out. This is
Mm.
life. You don't
When
have to take lessons from someone else, like your friend, your father, your someone else. You being a man, you can take your own lessons, and life experiences will make your responsibilities like in a stack automatically.
I agree with you 100%, Suraj. A crying man have the responsibility to be a emotionally strong person, and angry man has the responsibility to be a much more calm person.
Yeah,
If I have to say in terms of Villansar and Thorfinn, the beginning of season 2, where Einar meets Thorfinn, Thorfinn is a depressed, sad,
nihilistic.
empty person.
Yeah,
And he just transformed into a more lively, wholesome, a living person. No one, if you see the story, no one actually took his hand and guided him in the whole path. He was helped by his thoughts, not by his actions. Action he took by his own. So Thorfinn actually acted responsibly, becoming a better person. So responsibility just cannot be narrowed down in one way. And for me, Villain Saga, I see Villain Saga in this way. Villain Saga is a story about becoming a better person, becoming a much more responsible person, um, acting a real masculine person, becoming whatever role you have, a father, a husband, a student, whatever profession you have, a son, a brother. You need to be responsible and you need to fulfill your duties and your roles properly. And Thorfinn shows you in the best way any story can show you.
okay. So someone in the chat asked, and I will believe that we will just answer this quickly. Bro, which is better, JJK or CSM? What is your opinion? Like Jujutsu Kaisen or Chainsaw Man?
Jujutsu Kaisen or Chainsaw Man. Me being a fan of Chainsaw Man, but after watching season 2 and the origin of Ghetto, uh, season 2 goes, I'm a fan of JJK season 2, and
As a
not
whole,
a, as a whole, I will stick to Chainsaw Man.
yeah, of course, same. But both mangas had serious downfall after some certain changes in the story. We
And
all
I
know.
think why I chose Chainsaw Man. Uh, See, I love Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, and I just cannot see a story which has a copy of this remixture. And Jujutsu Kaisen gives you this irritation
Yeah,
feeling.
Yeah.
I just cannot.
It's a low-key adaptation of every existing shonen. I will rather watch Gintama in that case if I have to watch adaptation.
Jujutsu Kaisen is the mixture of the big three.
Yeah.
So that
And
just
not
little
only
bit
big
irritating.
three, they adapted from each, like every existing demon related element. Like they sometimes adapted some things from Berserk as well. I have
Hmm.
seen that.
Hmm.
Like Sukuna's character. Sukuna's character is highly manipulative, and he is not a shonen character at all. I believe that. And Gojo's character is highly inspired from Kakashi. We all know. But Gojo's personality is more like a mix of Sanji, I believe that female vibes he enjoys. But Gojo is not a simp. The difference is, but he enjoys the female vibes, the female attention, what Gojo is like Gojo receives in his life. And Yuji Itadori as a main character, I believe that he is so poor. He is one of the poorest main characters I have ever seen. But apart from that, JJK manga for me is 7 out of 10. CSM for me will be 8 out of 10. Right now, 7 out of 10. After we all know
Wow,
the eating.
7 out of 10 for
Makima-san, you
JJK.
are so much tasty. We all know.
Brother, you were rating too much. 7 out of 10 for JJK.
Yeah.
Gojo and Geto is the 2.0 version of Kakashi and Obito.
Yeah,
Huh.
actually.
And Sukuna is, a talking Kurama, a human Kurama.
Actually, he is a
Huh.
human Kurama.
He is a human Kurama.
Yuji is Naruto, Sukuna is Kurama. All characters.
JJK, I will criticize JJK a lot, and I'm free to argue with any person who
Yeah,
wishes to argue.
I myself also.
JJK, first of all, JJK doesn't have a well-structured storyline. It doesn't have any logical transition of
JJK is
story.
repetitive. I believe that
Uh,
same
it,
equation.
it is, you can say it is monotonous, yet it is hyperactive.
Yeah,
Stories is the same thing, it shows the same thing, and suddenly changes the whole scenario and introduces with certain different characters which are doing action, which
yeah.
are fighting scene. They are shown in a great art style and great art design, character design in a certain voice, in a certain action, actable way. JJK doesn't have a coherent storyline. It doesn't have a logical, well-structured story
Concrete story.
progression.
Yeah.
Story progression. If JJK was in high school essay, the teacher would give 1 out of 10 marks.
Bro, you are literally exposing, man. What was the mangaka of JJK? Fujimoto? No, Fujimoto, I guess, was CSM, Chainsaw Man. Let me just check his name. JJK's mangaka was. Um, yeah, author. Nee, Akutami. Gege Akutami. Yeah.
He's a good writer, he passed out from, or I may be wrong, he is or she, I don't know. Just I apologize. Kege is an alumni of Tokyo University. She or he, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Let's just go for he. That I just pre-assume that he is a male, North American male. Kege Akutami is an alumni of Tokyo University.
Yeah.
He great artist. Uh, I think what he did is that he just doesn't got any new creative idea about the story, but got lots of ideas about how the character would look, the fight scene would look, and everything else. Or he just did not partner up with another mangaka which would suggest him or write down a great storyline. If I
Like
could
take
have
example of One and Murata.
Huh. You see, no one likes remakes.
Yeah.
We don't like when Bollywood remakes South Indian movies or Hollywood movies.
Same, bro.
No one likes it. If it goes into the anime culture, which is the modern anime, why I hate the modern anime. I hate a lot of modern things. Let's just take the modern point.
Us,
Uh,
bro, us.
us. It is one of the reasons why I hate modern anime. Modern anime is becoming, writers and authors are using the shortcut of copying the past ideas, past stories it has already produced in all the years, over all the years. Chainsaw Man. You can say that Chainsaw Man. Someone would say that was saying that Chainsaw Man is also a repetitive story. It also a remake, but no, Chainsaw Man has a very unique story. The storyline has no storyline, and that is in itself is unique.
CSM is you. I will be saying original story. It is not
Ah,
taken from others. The demon
ah,
concept can be higher because
ah.
a lot of demon related anime mangas are going on right now. All of them are originated from Devilman, then Berserk, then all are those are copied from those equation. We all know demon concept is
Chain-
all hired.
Chainsaw Chainsaw Man is original because the
Yeah,
originality of Chainsaw Man is that Chainsaw Man has no storyline.
original characters like
Original
Denji is not
character.
like other characters. He just
Yes.
wants two big goals, I
The,
believe. Yeah,
personality of the characters is original.
and now Denji wants a whole.
Uh, never in anime history,
Yeah,
any student character dream is to touch books.
yeah, he is controversial a lot. Like he is more like a character who is grounded to Maslow's hierarchy principle, which I tell a lot. Like his basic needs are very basic: food, shelter, female attention, and all those things.
The
Basic,
basic.
very basic. He's not like I have to achieve something like the greatest demon of this world or greatest main character of this world. Not like Naruto or other characters. I have to be a pirate king. I have to be something like a world changer, society's revolutioner. But he is a character who likes to stay in the ground. My
Fair enough.
wishes are grounded. That's it.
Fair enough, because a
Yeah.
hungry person wants to eat, not wants to ride a Lamborghini.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Denji is like that.
And hungry person wants the first thing is food, not a supercar.
Yeah.
After he is filled with food, after he is not hungry anymore, he wants other things. He maybe wants
He
a bike.
wants physical things, physical love.
If Tenchi throughout his whole childhood got provided with food, shelter, and clothes, he would want a bike or
Yeah.
wanted to play a sport. And after that, he would wanted a girlfriend.
Hmm.
It just piles up one thing after another, one thing after another.
Okay,
Like
we
it's
will
all the
be talking on a controversial thing right now. We both are Berserk fans. Okay, so what is your opinion right now on Berserk? As a OG Berserk fan, like you are an OG Berserk fan. I myself have been reading Berserk like since 2021. You are more older fan of Berserk. You have been reading it like since 2019, I guess, 18 or 19. Berserk. Yeah.
on the middle part of 20,
Yeah. So, what is your opinion on right now Berserk condition after Kentaro Miura's rest in peace after his death?
Berserk right now, let me just be straightforward. Berserk right now, the story is going down.
Yeah.
And I don't know why the assistant of Kentaro Miura is stretching the story, and I don't know why. Yeah. So for me, Berserk is over. Eclipse, for me, Berserk is over. The story that I made peace with myself is the story of Guts, the main character. He has terrible childhood, so he became the person he was, and after
They
that
lost everything.
he became a mercenary, a killing machine. Later on the story, the character development happened. He found peace, he found happiness, he found love. He became a better person with the golden age arc, the development of he found purpose in his life. The story pinnacle, and after that, eclipse happened, the beautiful, masterful tragedy. Kentaro Miura's greatness, Kentaro Miura's masterpiece, the beautiful portrayal of tragedy, and God's just got destroyed in every way, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. He got every mental problem that a person can get. He lost everything, and after that, all he got left with nothing but a mission to stop Griffith and heal Casca. I just made peace
Okay.
with it that he will never be able to do that. He will die fighting Griffith, Casca will also die saving Kurtz and
Yeah,
between.
it is our fan theory. We both told.
This is a fans
Fan
ending.
theory, yeah. Ending. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Do you think Guts could ever be like Musashi and Thorfinn? We talked a bit about this. Like, if Casca died with Eclipse, he could have been like a better person. Like what he is right now. I believe Guts is at his lowest right now. At the manga at his lowest point.
A child, a child raised by their mother, a child raised. Well, let me just say it this way: a child being raped throughout his whole life by his stepdad compared to another child,
Adaptive dad.
his
Yeah,
adopted dad.
yeah.
A child, girls was raped by his adopted dad, and no child ever gets that. So girls is this very different person. No one can be like girls, and girls cannot be a normal person ever. In his childhood, he was destroyed mentally, emotionally. So he cannot become a normal person ever again. He will just respond whatever happened to him. So girls cannot be compared with
Guts
any
is
character.
not a normal protagonist. What I say also, we
He is,
cannot compare
he is not near normal.
normal.
He is not near
So
normal.
I believe that those people who compared him with Miyamoto Musashi or Thorfinn, it's totally pointless because Guts is different. Berserk's world is different. Like Vinland Saga and Vagabond are based on real world, but Berserk is a hyper realistic world. It has fantasy elements. You cannot compare a main character who is fighting with ghosts, literally ghosts, apostles, and all those stuff. Like you cannot ever imagine, and that is why I believe that Berserk is the peak seinen, and Berserk carries seinen a lot. Like I believe seinen came into mainstream because of Berserk, because Berserk was the first one to get like the limelight of seinen. I myself knew about Berserk first time, but I watched Tokyo Ghoul before that, but I never knew that Tokyo Ghoul is a seinen. But people right now know about Berserk. People are buying Berserk manga because people know that Berserk's art style is literally peak. But one thing I also believe that seinen community overrates Berserk a lot. Like saying Berserk is the best piece of seinen. Berserk can be the best piece of seinen to carry seinen, but not the best story right now because Berserk has a downfall right now. It is a bit controversial statement. I know people can be a little bit angry, but it is what it is.
Pain and suffering doesn't make a strong man.
Exactly.
Pain and suffering doesn't make any person special or any person a strong man.
Yeah.
It's what you do after with it.
Yeah. How
The
you deal
meaning and
with
the
it.
action. Yes, the meaning and the action. Let me just say it for MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni has been broken, molded, forced by God throughout his whole childhood. But what if he never became the cricketer? What if he never won the 2011
Take
ICC
example of
World Cup?
CR7 also. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
He suffered a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. MS Dhoni CR7, the pain that they got, the suffering that they got. If they never turn out the success, if they never became the person they became, it had no meaning.
Yeah.
So, Berserk did not show God's achievements.
It only showed downfall.
Berserk did not actually show God's
Actually,
achievements.
no, I will a little bit add on to it because I have read like fantasy arc. I believe you have not read fantasy arc a bit. The point is that in fantasy arc, Guts gets a bit of character development. Like he heals a lot after seeing Casca is recovering her memory. But again the same theory. I don't know. There was a scope to break through what was happening in the Berserk world, but they again went to the same point where it started. And this is a problem with Berserk. They are again using the same equation, and it will not work after like 3 or 4 months. If Berserk doesn't happen something new, with introduce us something new, it will be a downfall for Berserk. And again, I will say people say that ending doesn't justify a manga. For me, ending justifies a manga because it's about the whole journey, not about a single particular stage of a manga. So I will believe that if Berserk's ending is not as per what is not my expectation. If we, I have no expectation from Berserk's ending because we all know what can happen in Berserk's ending. Like, if doesn't Griffith die, we all will be angry. We all know. But how he dies, how gruesome his death will be, how tragic, how like how much it will be a circumstantial ending. We all believe that. We also talked about it. How can be it more like dramatic ending? And I believe that people have made a lot of fan theories around Berserk's ending. So something needs to be like out of our mind. Like, we cannot think about that. Something like breakthrough from the original storyline. So that would be great for Berserk. I believe that. Okay, someone in the comment section said like Musisi. Okay, Musisi. You also was talking about Musisi the last day. I think it is the best seinen, but I will say the Berserk carried seinen on his shoulder. Yeah, Berserk carried the whole mainstream seinen. After that, seinen genre got famous, and more people were adaptive towards seinen because Berserk is the most brutal piece of seinen. So when you got adapted to the brutal piece, the most brutal one, you will be
Yes,
adapted
it's
to
true.
other ones as well.
It's true. Berserk actually carried the whole series. And Berserk is also the biggest, Girls is also the most motivating character.
Most famous
Uh,
seinen main character.
I'm a famous seinen and the most motivating character. Let me just say it this way. You had a bad day. Okay. Nothing went well. The whole day you are feeling low, you are feeling depressed, you don't know what to do. Just open your computer or your phone or your whatever and you just played also or started reading also. You are seeing girls, this character being destroyed every possible way, and you will automatically compare your life with him, and negative motivation you will get. That compared to him, my pain is nothing, and I am here crying like a bitch.
Yeah,
Let
this
me
is the
be a good man. It's just a bad day, and his whole life is bad.
inspiration we got from Berserk actually.
This is the inspiration we got from
That
Bolsonaro. So Bolsonaro
after
has been
even
captured.
life being destroyed from certain event or certain circumstances, you can recover. You can stand still, not dying. Like Guts and Berserk is the whole story in a simplified version. It is fight against your fate. Whatever happening in your life, just fight against it. You have to survive. You cannot die. If you die today, you cannot accept the good things happening in your life tomorrow. This is the simple thing what I learned from Berserk, and I hope you as well.
Ah, absolutely.
uh, okay, let's move on to upcoming Pluto anime. What is your take on Naoki Urasawa and Pluto?
Let me be honest. Now, Urasawa is my second favorite manga. But being the second favorite manga, either I only watched 20th Century Boy and Monster. So, Billy Bat Pluto, I haven't watched it. So, Subro, if you are being kind to me, can you tell me the summary and the story about Pluto?
Okay, look, I have not read the Pluto manga as well, as a whole, but as much as I know, Pluto is cyberpunk is a bit futuristic. It has elements of Astro Boy. It has some elements like Akira, Ghost in the Shell, and some elements of Astro Boy. I said also, and its main character is more like a cyborg who can transform his body parts and all those things like what happens in Ghost in the Shell. So this is the simple story of Pluto. I believe that what I got vibes from Pluto. It's more like based on cyberpunk's world, the futuristic steampunk world, like we say in see in Cyberpunk Edge Runner or Akira. Okay, so this is the simplified version of Pluto. And Billy Bat, I have told you, Billy Bat is a story of a young artist, like a comic artist or manga artist, you can whatever you can say. And it is a story about political history, what happens in the history. Like Billy Bat is himself an antagonist, like not antagonist fully. It has not showed any evil side of itself right now, but it has so many different takes on world history. Like, man, they showed the Austrian painter. I cannot take his name up because I have got already shadow banned because of it in Instagram. And the Austrian painter Einstein, JF Kennedy, the two big buildings and a plane coming. All these things are showed in Billy Bat. That whatever controversial thing you can imagine after World War II, during World War II, or in the human history, all are there in Billy Bat. So you must read Billy Bat. It's my recommendation for you. And yeah, that's it.
Yes, of course. I will
Yeah,
read it first.
yeah,
Maybe I will read it tonight. And
yeah,
we don't know.
yeah.
Maybe I can read it tonight and we'll have a discussion on
Tomorrow,
tomorrow.
yeah, tomorrow, obviously. When we will go to gym, we will talk about
Uh,
it. Yeah,
which,
yeah. Uh, okay, let's come to a bit of philosophical lessons you got from manga the most. Which manga? You got most philosophical lessons, and how Stoicism changed your life, and from that manga's perspective. Like if it is Vagabond, what Stoic lessons you got from Vagabond?
the best philosophical lesson I got is from Vagabond.
Yeah, I
As
knew it.
you, and the philosophy was the quotation of water.
Be like water.
Water, you cannot hold water, you cannot keep water.
Be
You,
like
can,
water.
you cannot put water in any place. You can use water with a different medium, but you do not change the water. The water changes itself. If you put the water in a bottle, you are not changing the water.
Flexibility, fluidity.
Any person does not change water. Water adapts itself to the circumstances of his life. Water is not you. If you drink it, it will piss it off. Water it cannot. It's a very complex quotation that Vagabond presents itself about water.
And with real life perspective, you know as well. Bruce Lee, what Bruce Lee said.
And let me just rephrase it in a different way. Let
Yeah.
me say the quote about the philosophy of water in a different way. Dostoevsky, our writer, he has a statement that man can get used to anything. Yes, man can get used to anything, but do not ask how.
Okay. So it's more like the process without any reasoning. It is happening, it is naturally happening. We don't have to give reason to everything happening in our life. I believe that.
Yes. And this quotation, this water quotation and this Dostoevsky statement just kills the whole mentality of victim and complaining. Why am I having this problem? Why am I not getting this? Why this? Why that? Why that? You are not entitled to anything. If a privileged person is not entitled to anything, his father is keeping him under the protection. He's not getting it free. His father is paying the price, or his mother, or both of them. So,
I believe that Musashi is the character who kept going on without complaining what is happening in his life. He was a
uh,
loner. He was totally a loner. He missed Otsu a lot. But still, he kept on in his pursuit to become the best Ronin and later on the best spiritual person existing in the Edo world. I believe that after Zen Buddhism hit his philosophical theme, I believe. And all people who have religious mindset can connect to Miyamoto Musashi's philosophy a lot, I believe. And those who are atheist, I believe, if you just read the journey of Miyamoto Musashi, na, you will be changed. You will be changed a lot. Not like you will become a like religious person. We are religious. You are religious. I am religious.
and
But
even if you do not change,
yeah,
even if you are a lazy person and do not want to change, you will start asking certain questions and you will
yeah,
start thinking certain things.
mindfulness. What I
Uh,
say.
and you will start thinking about a lot of different things. You will start to see things differently. You are seeing a person working hard and you are seeing a person slacking off, sitting around. You will
Yeah.
see those things as two different persons. You will see their future, you will see their past, you will ask why they are doing what they are doing. And in those moments, you will choose which side you are going to take. Vagabond teaches you many things, and one of it, Vagabond teaches you to hate three things. Vagabond is not a story about, it's more about hating many things.
Okay.
Miyamoto Musashi teaches you to hate three things: hedonism, sloth, and
Materialism.
and greed. Yes,
Greed comes with materialism.
greed.
Yeah. Right.
Yes. Miyamoto Musashi teaches you to hate greed, to not be attached to materialistic things. He teaches you hedonistic. do not be so occupied or so attached to pleasure, physical pleasure.
And
You
this
like
is a
the
problem
inward
with
thing.
modern men and women as well. Mostly the women are hedonistic, our men are like materialistic people. Most of the guys I have met in my life, they are more like, I will have entertaining life, I will have a weekend party Saturday. It's up to you, you can have it, but earn it. And don't do it in your father's money. I believe that, like, luxury in your father's money is like you are spending your own money which you could inherit from your father. And second thing, if you never could inherit from your father, earn it now, earn it to spend, simple. And this is a problem with modern men also. Modern men are more like material oriented. I will have a big car, big house. I will have, and when the expectations are not met, oh my god, my depression, my life is fucked up, man, I cannot do anything, this kind of thing.
So, suppose it, I think it this way about parties, about nightclubs and bars. Uh, do majority of people do it because they want to, or do it because they cannot do anything else to be happy?
They do this is because to put an external validation that this is my standards, this is my standard. I am with multiple guys around me who are like rich brats who have big
Let
cars,
me
big
ask you
Audis.
something. What is the alternative of nightclub? What is the alternative of partying, drinking, dancing, nightclub, pubs?
A
What
good
is the
sleep,
alternative?
good sleep, a good
Sleep is
sleep,
not the
because
alternative.
sleep will boost your metabolism. After the next day you like you are going, you are having. Or for me personally, I believe surfing through internet to understand something which I don't know. Like partying will not parties and all this alcoholism, all this are fine, it is up to you, but this doesn't define your life. What I say, people will be saying, no, you are against partying. No, I am not against partying, I am against the thing that you are being defined by your external entertainment. Entertainment doesn't define your life defines your entertainment. This is the fact I want to say. And for me, the best replacement of like party, clubbing, all this culture, I will be saying what I said previously: a good sleep. Next day, go to a morning walk. Or we both go to morning walk and just enjoy your surrounding nature. Like birds are like they are chanting, chit chatting, and then people are having great talks around you. Older people helping older people. Like the other day, we helped a street dog to reach to its prior home. We helped him in the morning in the dog.
Yes, the
These are the
damage,
things.
the damage, and the all the trouble that nightclub, too much drinking and being around uh, emotionally uncontrollable people. It needs to be recharged. It needs to be refreshed. It needs to recover, and that recovery can happen to a good, sitting in a good place, quiet place, sipping tea, morning walk, which we do, seeing nature, being in nature itself.
Having a good diet, like, yeah, having good talk. Oh, what we eat generally, you, me, we go
There is
to.
also,
Yeah.
there is also the good side of being an extrovert, being partying around, drinking, nightclub. You will become a more confident person. You will know many things about you which you have never known before. There is
Yeah,
also a
this
downside.
second thing I believe that, yeah, you will be experienced a lot, you will meet a lot of people's fucked up mentality. But what I personally believe that it's more like not exploring person, it's more like exploring yourself to protect your ideology, so that anyone who is fucked up with their mentality, with your life, they cannot ruin your mental stage or mental health. Because these days I believe that exploring through people is so much harmful, man. If any certain people who has a fucked up mentality, they can fuck you very easily, fuck your mentality actually.
And the character Roro Zoro of One Piece is one of the most likable characters and one of the most
Zoro.
desirable characters, Roro Zoro. And because all of his personality and character traits, one of the reason he is so likable and he is so admired is because he promotes drinking. It is a fun fact. Zoro is liked by everyone because he promotes drinking, and this is the average,
But
this is
Zoro also cuts himself out from others. He more like enjoys his own vibes. I have seen from One Piece. He is loyal towards his captain, and as well as he enjoys his own vibes also. When Sanji went outside, he never went to find Sanji because he wanted to hold his own ideals and morals. He was like, oh, why should I go? He's a egoistic bastard. Why should I go and drag him always?
Zoro is the old school masculinity.
Yeah.
So he trains every day. He sacrifices everything
Someone
for his
said in
group.
chat that Zoro is my favorite. Us, bro, us. All of
Us, Zoro is everyone's favorite.
Yeah.
Eiichiro Oda created Zoro to be liked by everyone. He
Yeah.
is everyone's favorite. Zoro sacrificed his everything for his dream. Zoro lives on because of his ambition. Zoro promised his teacher and Queen to be the greatest swordsman. He even promised to his teacher that his hard work will reach heaven. He went on a journey alone without knowing anything. He trains every day. He doesn't have any developed powers. He have honor. He have respect. He has virtues, ethics, or values, and he drinks and sleeps. So he has three hobbies: training, sleeping, and drinking.
Very sorted lifestyle, man. Very much.
And Oda is such a fun writer. He he created Zoro in such a way Zoro loses his sense of direction. Zoro doesn't have any sense of direction.
Hmm.
Yet Zoro has the best direction in his life.
Hmm.
He never gets distracted from his goal.
Hmm. 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 Okay,
Zoro,
so we talked a lot about Zoro.
hmm,
So, who is your favorite stoic character from both Sonen, one from Sonen and one from Seinen? You believe that he is the epitome of stoicism. I know no one is perfect stoic, but yeah, close to what Marcus Aurelius and Seneca and Epictetus said. I believe that Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius had more like wisdom oriented stoicism, and Seneca was more like politics and knowledge oriented stoicism.
yes. If I have to say on real life, the best stoic person, the perfect stoic person is Cato the Younger. Yeah. If you just
Okay,
later on
okay,
just Google and study a bit about Cato the Younger,
okay.
and you will know he's the best person of stoicism, the best stoic person. And if I have to say between anime and manga, Shonen plus seinen, I would say Guts.
Guts is a stoic from Seinen and Sonen.
And Shonen Levi Ackerman.
Okay, man, we almost have the similar opinion. For me, also, Levi is such a
Levi.
good. I believe that Eren is not a good main character. Levi is a better character in Attack on Titan. We both will agree on that, and I believe that Levi deserves a spin-off manga or anime in Attack on Titan universe, and not written by Isayama, the goat Isayama. What people say, literally. And what I believe that in seinen for me it will be, if I say stoicism has a spiritual vibes also, so I will go with either Miyamoto Musashi or with Thorfinn because of his ideals, his pacifism, and pacifism has a lot of connection with stoicism. And if it comes to Sonen, it's obviously Zoro or Levi. Zoro and Levi both are too much stoic character, I believe. Okay, someone in the chat are asking, what are your opinions of Western people making depression a trend, then more of a threat, which leads a lot of bad things. Okay, good question. What is
Can you repeat the question?
what is your opinion on Western people making depression like a trend? Like people are, oh, like I am depressed, I will smoke, I will drink, these kind of things. More like a threat. They don't treat it like a threat. It is a mental threat. I believe that, which leads a lot to a bad things. Yeah, a lot of catastrophic events in your life happens when you are depressed. So people don't are like recovering from depression. They are like common. They are making it more like mainstream things. that you can be depressed.
I have an answer. My answer is they are not promoting depression, they are promoting fictional aesthetic. Okay.
Fictional aesthetic, yeah.
There are certain fictional characters which have certain aesthetic, and that aesthetic is created in the image of depressed emotion, sad aesthetics,
Kaneki, sadism.
sad aesthetics,
Okay.
gloomy aesthetics.
Johann
Okay.
Liebert, maybe.
Johann Liebert, you can say Eren Yeager
Eren
after
Yeager, yeah, Eren Sims, actually.
Eren Yeager after that. Eren became depressed, so people are after the depressed aesthetic, not the depressed. They don't want to feel depression. They want to enjoy the depressed aesthetic. And aesthetic is becoming a big culture in modern.
Actually, aesthetic is a very, I mean, very dangerous culture. Like, if you kill a cockroach, people will not judge you. If you kill a butterfly, people will judge you. But killing is a killing. Simple. It is a thing.
Cockroach, you see, cockroach can cause many diseases. Butterfly does not give you any
Yeah,
disease.
butterfly is a more like aesthetic element. They are important for flowers in pollination. Yes.
Uh, if nuclear attack happens, cockroach will survive.
Yeah, cockroaches will
So
survive.
it is that kind of an insect. Butterfly is something else. Butterfly is good for the nature.
Yeah.
So you are killing
Cockroaches are also
something.
important. They maintain a lot of balance in food chain, I believe.
So if you kill a butterfly, you are doing bad to the nature. And if
Hmm.
you kill a cockroach, you are saving, the food that you have kept. You are saving your skin
Yeah,
diseases.
actually.
But I
But
don't know why
aesthetic
people are
is,
saying that
yeah.
morality as aesthetics.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know
you are
why.
right. Aesthetic is becoming a culture. Like I have seen a lot of pages who post only aesthetic manga panels and getting a lot of thousands of like likes. They just go to Pinterest, download high quality manga panels and then post it. And people are running after aesthetic. Oh my God, what a beautiful panel it
It's
is!
not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Every generation, there are certain new things come, and it's up to you if you want to hop in or be left behind. But I have this unique attitude. Why don't you look like Eren and be like Luffy? Why do you need to be like Eren? Look like Eren. Keep the aesthetic, keep your appearance like Eren. Why not? You say Eren is much handsome, much more handsome than Luffy.
Actually,
Huh.
Isama is smart. Isama made Eren like that because he
Huh.
knew. Isama is a good marketing person. I believe that he markets his.
Every person who is dealing with
Yeah,
every person who is dealing with customers, every
yeah. We
person
are
who is
living in an
trying to
age
sell
of
something.
marketing.
Every person who is trying to sell something
Yeah.
through entertainment, through products, through service, they have to be good at marketing.
Take example of modern anime and mangas. They are more like fan service. People are making girls more attracting characters. No.
I don't blame them. I don't
Yeah.
blame the creators because
Please.
they are supplying the demand. I
Okay.
don't blame them. They are
Okay.
supplying the demand. There is demand. That's why they are supplying.
It is up to their business perspective. They have to feed their own self also, and that's a good point. But it is a problem of us. We are generalizing it. That is why they are making it na simple.
Of course, there exist certain industries, there exist certain things
Like
because there is demand of it.
you make an AI generated waifu page just today. You will get just thousands of followers within some time. Like
Huh.
AI generated waifu page, it doesn't satisfy your anything knowledge. It satisfies your what we call in Hindi hawas or your lust. It provokes your lust and like works with you.
Let me just tell you a fun fact. Most of the romance TV shows and the web series is watched by single girls and boys,
Hmm.
then couples.
Because they enjoy to love to watch that. I
Because
believe.
they are
Yeah.
creating this life in their mind which they don't have in reality. They are demanding something which they want. So majority of the viewers of romance web series and TV shows are single boys and girls.
Take example of that sex education. Man, the show has nothing, bro. That is a very mid show. I believe that people still Euphoria. Take example of the most bullshit web series. Okay, still people love it because of fan service, because of that love element and angle. But people will not watch Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind because it is deep. It has a deeper love story. People will not watch it. Okay, Karan is asking, what is your opinion on bald chain smoker guy? Arnav, your opinion on Andrew Tate?
Top G, materialism, Bugatti. He's a role model. He's genuinely a role model, but not. I don't support on the misogyny part. Although he's not 100% misogyny, he's not at all misogynist. People are just labeling it and forcing their tag on it that Andrew Tate is a misogyny, falana, falana. He's not at all a misogynist. He says many things which just helps you in many different ways. You are a, let's say you are a fatty guy.
Hmm.
You don't have any muscle. You don't look good. You are an introverted guy.
Hmm.
You are not talented in sports, music, or anything else. You are academically weak. And you tells you to stop being a base, go for a run every morning, and start your business.
Hmm.
He just changed your whole life. So,
Is he self contradictory? A lot,
oh, true.
a lot. He is
Americans are always hypocrites.
he's not American. He is Romanian, but he is more like American vibes because he lived his most of the life in America, so we can consider him.
Americans are hypocrites. Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate is the businessman. Andrew Tate is his brother. Andrew Tate, I don't know where he get the idea to be a social media influencer. He became the social media influencer. Some of his words are just cannot be acceptable to society. What he said to India, what he said to women,
Hinduism.
what he said to certain profession. Some of some of his words, some of his speeches or dialogues or whatever his own perspective can be helpful.
I believe
He's a
that
human being.
yeah,
A
he is a human being.
human being is positive and negative both.
Both.
He's a human being.
But I believe that 16 and 17-year-old guys will not be more like making him a role model. Be a adult who thinks like non-biased from a non-biased point of view. He who has a more like diplomatic point of view towards him. What is wrong about him? We both of us we accept wrong things about him and good things about him. Like I believe that he should not be cancelled. People like him should exist for toxic feminists because recently I have seen a lot of toxicity around feminism when I just watched and showed my point of view towards the Barbie movie, which has no fucking point of view about women. Actually, the real problem of women. We belong to a country which actually talks, and our girls, our village side girls, suffer a lot. They even don't have that internet access to read or watch our podcast or watch that Barbie movie. They don't have that freedom to watch that movie. Take example of a girl in Rajasthan, in a
Yes.
village of Rajasthan, in a village of Haryana. I don't think Haryana girls exist, but yeah, but girls in Haryana they don't have that internet access. Take example of a South Indian girl, but these feminists will not never talk about those girls because they are generalizing their freedom as a term of feminism. It is your freedom, your entertainment. It's your personal point of view. You cannot categorize it as a general perspective of feminism.
I don't believe in this pseudo feminism.
Yeah,
This,
pseudo feminism.
this, this feminism, they are anything that is promoting nudity is not good for the society. Feminism promotes nudity to women.
Yeah,
Uh, Women are becoming more semi.
it is more like forced nudity.
And Andrew
Forced.
Tate is not a bad person
Yeah,
because Andrew Tate promotes young generation to stay away from drugs, go to gym,
but he is a drug
regular,
dealer himself.
Any person who encourages you to go to fitness, stay away from drugs, and be successful in your life cannot be a bad person at all.
Hmm. I believe that
And
he talks to the point when it comes to the women, because
mm,
with whom he is having conversation with, na, they are literally dumb ass. They have no common sense. They have no empathy towards men. So I believe people like him should exist to counter the balance, but we should not make him the role model for modern men, because modern men should be more diplomatic, should be more self-aware of what is happening around him,
but
because
even modern man listens to women too much, then listens to man compared to.
yeah, what
Modern man
yeah,
listens more to women than to man, and that's why they lose their touch to masculinity.
yeah,
I
yeah,
believe this. If you
being
listen more to your father than
controlled.
your mother, you became a son. More like your father, you become a man sooner or later in life. But
But
if you
yeah,
listen
there are
to
many single mothers as well whose children become very much successful. It more like your upbringing, what morals you are with. Your mother can treat you as a male, as a true man. Your mother can treat you as a papa kapara or papa kapari. What I say. So it depends on you, totally you and your upbringing. Your father can give you good morals. Your mother can give you good morals. It totally depends what you inherit from your mother and father, and what you grow from your inside, and certain incidents happening in your life. So this is the thing. This is the thing. This is totally the thing. I believe that he should not be cancelled, but he is very much self-controversial when it comes to the matrix point of view. He is making his own matrix. That is why he went to
that
Saudi.
is a matrix and those things are propagandas.
Totally bullshit. Totally bullshit.
Those are politically agendas, agendas. He is telling about escape the matrix to enter his own created matrix.
Yeah. Okay, Karan asked, and these 17, 18-year-old girls are literally wanna start OnlyFans. Can't believe it. You are talking about one incident, one like kid committed suicide because of his mother. You were talking the last day. Can you share it? Like what happened?
Uh, Last year, I heard a news about a 10-year-old kid, American kid, committed suicide but failed to commit suicide. He is a failure. Okay. Uh, so, the reason for his suicide is the classmates were showing pictures of his OnlyFans mother and bullying him. And it went extreme point that he just could not process his emotions and tried to commit suicide, which he failed. And his friends are now calling him a failure.
Totally, I mean, devastating for that kid. Oh, we cannot imagine what went for him. And this is a problem with modern people. Modern generation people are becoming more like this, and we should protect our children, our girls, our men, and build a more like positive environment, positive society around us, so that these kind of events don't happen, don't become generalized. That yeah, it can happen, it is common. No, it is not common. This is uncommon. This is too much dark thing. You should not be habituated to these things. Oh God, that's so
True.
upsetting. Yeah.
True. 17, 18-year-old girls wanted to start their OnlyFans to buy, sneakers, to get that dress, to go that
and
place, to
and
eat
also
good
I would
food.
like to add on, you will agree with this point, that modern men can be suffering, can be depressed, but at least they are not deviated. They can be alcoholic, they can be like addicted to something. But one thing I must say, that guys or men these days has more moral than female, because women are more becoming toxic, hedonistic, materialistic these days around these things. Very few girl can protect themselves, become family oriented, and they are the mainly they are promoting true feminism, or like what our mothers did, what our mothers did in their age. We should not even compare with them, because they were totally different from modern women. And that is why I believe that modern girls should be aware of something happening around them. They should not be generalizing hedonism, or materialism, I believe. And this society is literally in troubles if this continues to be happening, especially in India.
Uh, Society is falling, economy is falling, virtues, values, ethics are falling. Everything is falling except inflation. But can we complain? No. Can we do anything about it? No.
No.
So it's better to keep the stoic mentality, locus of
And this
control.
is why Stoicism is important.
Locus of control. That is
Locus
why
of control.
Stoic is still alive.
Amor
Stoicism is
40.
still living. Stoicism is still living. Whatever happens on the outside, you cannot do anything except being worried about it, and worried brings nothing. You
And
cannot.
I believe that modern men should not be disappointed with point of view he is receiving from other men and women as well. Like modern men become
I have this
disappointed.
problem about
Yeah.
today. I have this problem about today's generation. I also had this problem, so I need to, personal engineer. I need to did inside engineering. I need to did some modification in myself. This problem is uh, the surroundings influences you to care about everything. The surroundings, the society, the people around you forces you and makes you believe this thing that everything around you, external, girls are doing that, this, that, etc., whatever it is, you should worry about it. That is fundamentally wrong. You cannot do anything about it.
Yeah.
Murders happens, rapes happens, crimes happen, someone loses, someone wins, something good happens, something bad happens. It is the truth of life. Throughout history it has been happening. You cannot do anything about it. All you can do is when it is happening to you, you can take action on it. That is, focus on things which you can change. Focus on things which you have control over. You are mobile addicted. Switch off your phone and do other things. You can have control over
This
it.
is the thing. Modern men, mostly men and female both, they have very low self control. Like when I got into too much social media, I just uninstalled Facebook, Instagram totally from my life. I needed my own mental peace, and above your mental peace and above your private space, I believe nothing
Absolutely,
exists.
absolutely. Well, like, why today's generation won't have low value, low self-esteem? It is inevitable. You open your phone, you open whatever, you went outside, you see a better guy, a guy who is far superior than you. You will feel automatically inferior to him, but you
Hmm.
cannot do anything about it. All you can do is work on yourself, but you are preoccupied with worrying that I am inferior to him. Let's say
Lastly,
for
yeah,
myself,
you
let's
continue.
say I went outside, I met a person who is successful in his career, who is Jack, who has a beautiful girlfriend, who drives a beautiful car. But I cannot do anything about it. If I did not show that person, if I did
Yeah,
not meet that person,
yeah,
then I would not feel good.
yeah.
I cannot compare myself. I need to work on myself. I need to get better at my career. I need to get better at my personal level. I need to be this person, that person. That is what I'm trying to say. People are so occupied with things which are outside their control. There is always bigger mountains on which you are standing on. Perfection is just a mere word.
It
It
is
does
the
not.
problem with modern men and female. Both are too much surrounded by external validation. They depend on external validation a lot, and I believe validation should not be coming from externally. Whoever is saying you, whatever you are seeing on Instagram or Facebook. Last day, one of my followers, he's just a 16-year-old kid from Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan, whatever country it is, like Middle Asia. So he's just 16 years old and he's a bit skinny. Okay, he sent me a picture of him, like a mirror selfie. He's a bit skinny. He's so much insecure with himself. He's saying that I have watched that Instagram influencer guy of 16 years old. He has so much jacked up body. I am saying, bro, I am 24. I don't have a jacked up body like him. So what? I will be depressed. That
That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
That person is thought that another person has a jacked, ripped body. But that person has a jacked, ripped body. you can also do it. But if you waste time on
Yeah,
thinking that he is better than you, he will not
exactly.
influence your whole life. You are occupied with something. You are the main point
What
is
Takwan said. Don't get preoccupied.
the main point is if you see a person better than you, you are trying to control that person to not be better than you. You are creating delusion to yourself. You are not being realistic.
Hmm.
Ah,
Actually,
yeah,
this is
actually, if you see a better person than you, try to be better than him by working on yourself. But the reverse you are doing, you are trying to make the person not better than you.
you are trying to draw a comparison line of comparison between you and him. This is a problem.
The biggest thief of joy is comparison.
Yeah,
Comparison is the thief of joy.
yeah.
Comparison kills your happiness. You
Comparison
see,
is a very
that
bad thing.
is
Very
why,
bad.
yes, that is why I always say that Luffy is the best character. That is why I always say that peak aesthetics of Eren Yeager or Ichigo Kurosaki or whatever good character, but always keep the attitude and the person or the inside heart of Luffy. You see, Luffy is a shonen anime. Every anime transformation, every power up is inspired by the emotion of rage, anger, revenge, negative emotion. But Luffy is a funny person.
Yeah. Okay, Karan said something. Many things actually it is a bit personal. I cannot read these things on stream because many multiple people will listen to it. But we will be talking on it about in Instagram. I will add on Arnab in our GC general chat so that he can read all these things as well. Please, Karan, I think you would not mind if you just explain the things again to Arnab when he comes to the GC. And comparison is the thief of joy. Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma said it.
Hmm?
Comparison is a thief of joy. Rohit Sharma said it.
Hmm.
Rohit Sharma said it. Okay, great batsman, man. Respect. And the popular guys have demotivated at a point of fat shaming. Look, body shaming, bullying, these things are becoming generalizing. Racism, many like look. One comedy, humor is a different thing. But generalizing a humor as your whole personality, it is the worst thing you are making. Those
Uh,
self-called danks,
uh,
self-treated danks.
you see, Subro, the person who said that fat shaming, is that person a boy?
Yeah, boy, yeah, guy.
Acha. You see, I have this extreme mindset, extreme attitude which might be controversial and which can get me into trouble. But if a kid is fat and he is being fat shamed or laughed at, I think it is the right thing to do because fat is a man's big enemy. In the long run, fat will be his biggest obstacle.
Hmm.
He will be lazy, he will not feel confident,
Hmm.
and he will have health problems. Three of these things will be an obstacle in his career or his profession or his whatever goals he has.
Hmm.
And biologically, men don't or men should not have fat in their body.
Hmm.
It creates lots of problems to them. And if a person, if a society, a group of men is negatively motivating you to remove the fat, the evil thing on your body, on your stomach, or on your every other else of your body, he is doing a great deed to you. And if I have to say about women are created biologically differently. Fat needs to be in their body. Their bone structure changes over time and everything else. So fat saying
Like
a
post
woman,
pregnancy problems, what happens after
yes,
30s?
fat shaming a woman and fat shaming a man is two different things.
Hmm.
Men who feel bad because they are being fat shamed and not doing anything. Being fat shamed and feeling bad is not wrong. Everyone feels bad when they're fat shamed. But if you work on it, if you change your fat,
Okay.
this you are walking the right path. But if you
Okay.
just cry that people are calling me fat,
But
fat,
I
then
think I personally believe that men should not have that always rigged body like 3 or 4% fat. What is genetic? Because if you are in a career in an educational field, you should have some fat for burning, like for gaining some energy. Like 7 to 8% fat is quite fine. Like under 10%.
Yes, the
You
healthy
after 10%, it's so much killing for you. Like you will be so much OD.
healthy percentage, I think the healthy percentage, I think is 6 to 15%.
Yeah, 6 to 15%.
Six
I
to
watched a
15.
movie last year for which the actor, what was his name? The Mummy actor, Brandon something was his name. He got Oscar for that role. The Whale movie's name, and he was a huge guy with a lot of overweight. And the movie says a lot about why fat should not be there, why you should work on your body, like having obesity is such a big problem. But yeah, I will not be saying India is a obese country. India has a lot of better obesity rate than other countries, at least better than India, America, I believe that. Because especially in the northern India part, obesity is so less. Just today I watched a like status, like in West Bengal, UP, Bihar, obesity is so less. Like people.
One thing I would like to say about obesity. You see, India has 80% about rural
Yeah.
and 30 something percent about urban. But obesity rate is higher in urban than the 80% of rural.
Hmm.
Overeating is a culture in the urban society, which is 30% of the whole bracket of India. People people eat whenever they feel, whatever they feel, and meaningless eating, mindless eating. I don't know why people eat so much. I don't know why people want to eat so much. What is the purpose of eating? The purpose of exercising is simple. You eat to get energy. You eat because eating makes you feel good. You eat with people so you feel happiness, you feel peace. Company matters. That's why people don't eat alone. That's why doesn't have one table, one chair. It has multitude of chairs. Okay,
To build human connectedness. Yeah.
the system started back in history was not with one to one. Yes, it has because of different person. Who's a person is busy in his work, he is writing some documents or getting that project done. On the go, he wants to have the quick breakfast.
Okay.
Exercise, if you are born animal, if you are born a human being and if you are born an animal doesn't need to do exercise because they are created that way. But if you are born a human being, you need to do exercise.
Because our genetics have degenerated a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Just like human beings wear clothes and animal doesn't. And that's why the same reason human beings need to exercise and animal doesn't. But domestic animals, pets, they get destroyed the natural way. They wear clothes and they become fat.
Okay, someone in the chat is saying 20% fat for women, and okay, men, for men 20% more than 20% is obese, and for women 30% is obese. Okay, look, it is not about the extreme case. Obese is an extreme case. There are four stages of obesity. First stage is not obesity, body fat. First stage, normal stage. In normal stage, people have less than 10%. Then come to 10 to 15%. 10 to 15% is just like normal people you are watching around you. Most of the people have 10 to 15% around you. Then comes the stage 1 obese, more than 15% and more than 20%. Those people, stage 1 obese. Then comes stage 2 obese,
This
more
is
than
true. The
30%.
difference is people who want to be in the 20% bracket just love momos.
Hmm? Just love?
Momos.
Just love momos, okay. Yeah.
People who want to be in the 20% doesn't want to say goodbye to momos. Okay, they want to eat street food, which is fair enough. And I also belong to the 15 to 20%. I doesn't need to impress a girl who watches a celebrity with six pack, and I want to have the six pack, but not the fame, money, success, and the lifestyle of the actor, but the attention of the girl by doing
External
crunches or
validation, this doesn't matter at all.
I feel it's very stupid.
Yeah, totally stupid. And that's why you have that Tyler Durden haircut also. Because you are like literally you don't give a fuck whoever judges you, and I too believe this. Because people who judges you are always behind you, that is why they are judging you. Simple. Simple thinking. I believe that. And people's judgmental, people's validation. Someone is praising you, don't get too much overjoyed by that. That is also external validation for me. someone is praising you for something, just say thank you, move on. Keep doing your work. And someone is bullying you, same, thank you, move on, keep doing your work. Doesn't matter who is like appreciating you. Only what matters that someone who is important to you, is he satisfied, or he is praising you or not. Your mom, dad, for example, your wife, for example, your mom and dad are proud of you, proud of your work. This is
The
the thing.
best attitude, the best attitude is be so occupied with your goal that you cannot, your ear or eyes or whatever it is cannot get attention of the other things which is not related to your goal.
Hmm.
Be so occupied with your goal,
Hmm.
personal, professional, whatever you said it. Just take a piece of paper, write down how many goals you want, and be so focused in it that you just cannot see what is happening around you. Just one day, after some years, time will pass, and when you take a break and you will see where, how far I have come, where I was at, and you will be amazed by how miracle life happens. But if you are distracted, life's biggest enemy is distraction, and life's biggest support is focus.
Yeah. Okay. Sabka Papa said six pack is not about fitness, right? A decent muscle mass and aesthetic body is fitness. Yeah. Actually, a body which can resist the whole society, pressure of society, pressure of your career, and anything, whatever you are doing now in your life, ultimately career and whatever you are at the end of the day, that matters. And if your body is not sustainable for that, ultimately your body is not good. That is the thing. If your body is sustainable, you are well, quite healthy enough to sustain that stress or everything. That is the thing. Okay, I guess the meeting is ended. Let me just check. He just lagged. I guess a problem happened. Okay, just let me check it on Instagram. Okay, I guess something happened in his side of because he got offline. I guess his Wi-Fi can be a little bit problematic, and that's why this happened. Yeah, he also left. Okay, so for now, this was our stream. Can you please talk about Ghost in the Shell 1995 anime? I just watched it. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell 1995 anime. It was, it is one of the prior piece of seinen anime manga, I believe. Not manga, a prior piece of seinen, which got famous with alongside Akira, Ghost in the Shell, and Ninja Scroll. So I believe that Ghost in the Shell has a lot of impact on cyberpunk's animes. I wanted you both to talk about Gertz and Thorfinn. Like Thorfinn and Gertz both had a W character development. We already talked about those. You can just go to the past of this stream, or I will be dropping the timestamps on the description as soon as this stream ends, so which will be very soon. Like the stream is about to end because he got disconnected for some reason. Okay, from his end, from Arnab's end, I am saying you all, we got a very good talk, we got a very good stream, and I am well satisfied with all the things we discussed. We almost covered every points except the Indian superhero point, because I wanted to talk about that later on. But yeah, that's it for today. We will be talking a lot about other topics as soon as he comes back. Like if he comes back today, or we will be discussing this on a separate podcast. And thank you. Hope you all enjoyed it. And for today, it's over right now. Good night. Have a good day, have a good sleep, and do your